This is ABC 7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alan Cohn. Irma is out of here. Our trademark sunshine and warm weather is back, but the Suncoast has a big job ahead. Repair and replace. We'll have more on storm damage and the short supply of gas. But first, let's get to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with the latest in this first alert forecast. Bob.
Yeah, gone but not forgotten. Irma is no longer issuing advisories by the National Hurricane Center. In fact, the Hurricane Center no longer even putting anything out on it right now. But there is still some rain, but not a lot. What happened is a lot of dry air fed into it. Could have been a lot worse if there was a lot of moisture behind it, but there isn't. And that's good news for us, too, as cleanup work continues here along the Suncoast, and a lot of sunshine tomorrow. Not many storms around, so outdoor activities will be fine. Again, we are looking at just some light rain falling. Now you can see the actual low spinning right there as it enters into Tennessee now. Some showers around, but no heavy rain looking to be pretty good there right now. We're looking at good weather here as well. The radar sweep not showing any rainfall around, but we have some flood warnings that are continuing now, especially along the Peace River. That flood warning is for a crest at 18.1 feet, and that'll happen on Friday. Right now, again, I think it's at 17.9. The regular flood stage for that is at 11 feet, so this is a very significant flood taking place right there along the Peace River north of Arcadia. Currently clear, 76. Heat index is just the same, so that's not a problem, but northeast winds at 3. It's warm out there if you have no air conditioning, though, and the barometer now 29.92 inches. That's considered, by the way, standard pressure. We're finally back to standard pressure, and we'll go higher tomorrow as high pressure builds in. Well, the hurricane situation is pretty good for us right now. But I do suspect we'll see at least 4 to 7 more storms based on the forecasts that were issued earlier this year. This is Jose. There's been a lot of talk about Jose, that there's a potential for it heading toward the Carolina coast or Florida. But now it appears that it's going to move out. We'll show the forecast track in a little bit. But look at all this dry air kind of swirling on into the remnants of Irma. Not a problem. It sometimes can be a big problem, though, but not the case today. You can see a lot of dry air that was around is slowly exiting to the north. So our atmosphere is going to moisten up a little bit, despite the fact we see a lot of dry air to the west of us. You can see that kind of backing off a little bit in the last few frames. That indicates that we will start to see some showers and storms, though, a little bit later. Currently, Irma, just a Category 1 hurricane at 75 miles an hour. It's moving to the southeast, away from the United States, but we'll show you the loop here in just a little bit, and we'll show you the rest of the week's forecast and into the weekend. Coming up in just a few minutes. Alan?
Thanks, Bob. The cleanup here on the Suncoast continues following Hurricane Irma's powerful winds and rain. Many neighborhoods in Sarasota and Manatee counties are still dealing with uprooted trees and down power lines. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from one of those neighborhoods at 3rd Avenue Northwest in Bradenton with more. Rick.
Yeah, Alan, folks are trying to bounce back from the storm, but for some, it may take many weeks. 3rd Avenue Northwest in Bradenton is one of the many places that took a beating from Hurricane Irma. Down power lines and uprooted trees line the street. Longtime resident David Ryman and his neighbors are now forced to live without power for many days and maybe longer.
I'm used to camping, so this isn't really a problem for me. This is, I've cooked stove and, other camping equipment, battery lights.
Another issue in the neighborhood is the Adams and Rogers Cemetery, which is right behind many of the homes. At least one grave site now has a coffin coming up from the ground. It appears that an uprooted tree nearby and flooded grounds could be to blame. Scenes like this could be spotted up and down the entire Suncoast. As you can see, this massive tree came crashing down into this fence and into a neighbor's yard. That neighbor is Royce Oliver. He tells us he's lucky to be alive because the tree came crashing into the back of his home.
And I was on the back lanai, letting the dogs out, and just as soon as I come in the house, the neighbor's tree fell on the lanai right where I was sitting. Divine intervention seems to have saved Oliver's life, but the reality is there are a lot of folks with a lot of problems because of Irma. They all now have to try to piece their lives back together.
Don't sign anything. There are unlicensed contractors out there, and you're vulnerable right now. You are in a panic mode. Your most precious asset you're ever going to invest in is in a dire straits. So call your insurance company, or even better yet, call the state.
And we're being told power might not be restored for some folks, especially here, until September 22nd. So that's still quite a ways away. Reporting live from Bradenton this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Alan, back to you.
Thanks, Rick. Some of the highest recorded wind gusts in our area were on Anna Maria Island, 92 miles per hour. Today, we started to get a look at the damage. Kevin Fry has more.
The roof may be missing, deck boards pulled up, but David Sorkin says it could be far worse.
I went to bed the other night thinking that I'd probably never see this place again, and it's here. And that's a good thing.
Sorkin has devoted 3 decades of his life to the City Pier restaurant, even rebuilding it after a storm in the 1980s. Now he's hoping to reopen soon.
The actuality of seeing it like this is just, it's heaven.
Across Anna Maria Island, there are other pockets of damage. Winds blew over this tree, tearing up the cement along with it. The storm also ripped the roof off this bank, but overall, the island was spared the bullet.
We had no surge problems, very little water in any of the businesses.
At the Cedar Grove Resort and Cottages, owner Eric Carnes spent his day cleaning debris, including a downed tree. He reopened his doors to guests this afternoon, just days after the storm.
Fortunately, it wasn't as bad as they predicted. And I mean, that's fortunate for everyone on this island, everyone in the state of Florida.
On Anna Maria Island, Kevin Fry for ABC 7 Suncoast News.
Open gas stations are still a rare sight around the Suncoast. Some are finally getting fuel but have a limited supply. Unfortunately, it could take a week for supplies to return to normal, but you could still find some open gas stations around our area. Suppliers are prioritizing gas stations near major evacuation routes, but drivers will likely find long lines. AAA reports you will have the best luck finding a gas station that is not located along a major highway. Many people stocked up on gasoline before Hurricane Irma hit our area, but they still worry that their supply won't last long.
It's not going to be too much an issue for us. We have a couple cars and a boat, and so we filled up the boat as well, and we can siphon gas out of the boat to put in the cars if we need to.
Petroleum products are often delivered by tanker at Port Manatee. Staff says the port never closed ahead of Irma, but it must pass an inspection from the U.S. Coast Guard before gas companies can get fuel and deliver it to stations in our area. Home Depot is sending 45 tractor trailers to Florida filled with disaster relief supplies. They say they will be sending even more supplies before the end of the week. Millions of Floridians are still without power, and thousands more have been displaced by flooding or storm damage. The Home Depot trucks are carrying cases of water, plywood, generators, electrical cords, and more supplies are headed to South Florida and will be sold at normal prices. The company is shipping additional supplies in the coming days with more than 1 million bottles of water expected before the end of the week. Home Depot will sell the water for less than $3 a case. More than 5.5 million homes and businesses in Florida remain without power. Food, water, and gas deliveries are starting to return in Central and South Florida. Airports are also starting to reopen. The process of allowing people to return to their homes was underway in most areas outside the lower Florida Keys. Irma is expected to cost the state and federal government billions of dollars. Governor Rick Scott says everyone needs to be patient during the recovery.
There's a lot of work left to do. This state is hit by a pretty, it's a gigantic storm, a hurricane. The biggest thing we got to do now is we got to get people their power back.
Electricity has been restored to more than 1 million homes and businesses damaged. Assessment continues in the Florida Keys, where engineers are determining if bridges can handle the weight of returning cars. Flash flooding from the St. Johns River is a major problem in Jacksonville. The U.S. Coast Guard reported rescuing more than 100 people there on Monday. The Suncoast Blood Bank is resuming normal operating hours on Wednesday. All donor centers. The blood bank has been unable to collect blood and platelets since September 8th, leaving the community blood supply dangerously low, with many asking how they can help with recovery efforts. Suncoast Blood Bank says platelets, which can only last for 5 days, are critical at this time. All blood types, especially O negative, are needed. Serious injuries are common during the cleanup phase after a hurricane. An increase in serious health conditions can also occur. Bayside Community Church is rounding up volunteers to serve communities affected by Hurricane Irma. More than 300 volunteers participated in the cleanup of debris, water, food, and infant supply distribution. Bayside will continue rallying volunteer groups to serve Manatee, Sarasota, and Hardee counties, as well well as Fort Myers. Bayside has set up 3 relief points at its East Bradenton, East Sarasota, and Hardy County campuses. Relief points will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. through Friday of this week, offering people a place to bring donations as well as receive supplies. For those interested in donating goods, they are in need of generators, non-perishable food, diapers, baby wipes, infant formula, water, and tarps. Sarasota's regular garbage and recycling collection schedules will resume on Thursday. Carts and trash bags that are placed curbside will be picked up on the regular collection day. Residents are encouraged to place storm debris at the curb away from mailboxes, fire hydrants, and light poles. You should keep storm debris separated from other waste storm debris. Collection is anticipated to begin next week. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the first alert forecast, plus a serious warning tonight for everyone living near the Myakka River in Venice and the city of Northport, opening up a shelter because of flooding, why some residents can't get home.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
You know, Bob, it's almost surreal because today it was blue skies, very calm, warm, Florida weather, and then you think about just about 2 days ago.
I know it's amazing. You think about it. It was here. It was terrible. Everyone was concerned. Now we're back to things are pretty good out there, but they're still not all the way back, obviously. And just driving in tonight, driving at night is very difficult right now with the street lights out, because even if they're you kind of know about them, you're just driving along, you can't see that their lights are there.
Not only the lights are out, and we did so many stories yesterday about how to be careful when you get to a signal that's not working. When I left here last night, what's the first thing I saw? A car flipped over at a 4-way stop. Guess why?
Because they didn't stop because they didn't see the lights. And, you know, it's easy not to see them, too, at night because, you know, you're driving along, you're not looking up because there's no light there. So it's kind of interesting to that perspective. So I caution people, if you don't drive at night if you can, and try to limit your trips during the day because there are some trees down over the roads. We'll show you that in just a little bit. Here's a viewer photo right now of a very large tree in northwest Bradenton. Steve sending this one, and there were some big trees that fell, especially up near northwest Bradenton, and they had, as near Anna Maria, the strongest winds, wind gust anyway, at 92 miles an hour. And here's another photo that Adam Cellini, his friend, sent this in of a huge tree uprooted and just slammed ground. Luckily, missing some cars there in the process, but some folks didn't miss. They didn't miss some homes, in fact. Fred Seeger, though, shows us what it's all about. That's what Alan was just saying. A beautiful sunset tonight, clear skies, calm conditions out there in the seas, looking really quite nice. I mentioned the water temperature. You know, water temperature is so crucial in determining hurricanes and how strong they will be, and you have to have water temperatures above 80 degrees in order for a hurricane to form. And certainly it's still 80 degrees, but one point where the storm was moving, it was 90 degree temperatures there. We still have those 90-degree temperatures in the Caribbean, and that's where we start to focus our attention more so during the latter half of the season. But right along the path of Irma, you can see a little bit of a trail there, and that's a result of the upwelling created by the strong winds of Irma, and temperatures have cooled. It used to be 89, 90 degrees. Now we're down into the low to mid 80s in the path of where Irma went through, and that's one of the benefits, I guess, of these storms. They have to balance the atmosphere out somehow. The excessive heat at the tropical locations has to balance that out. So these storms pop up as a result of that. We have some showers down in the Keys now. This is a little sign of things to come. The moisture is going to return in our direction. So we'll start to see a better chance for some showers and storms scattered about in the afternoon and evening. So we'll get back to those typical afternoon and evening storms beginning not so much tomorrow. So we have another day of dry conditions outside, and looks like to be pretty good weather to do some cleanup work, as most people have been doing lately. You can see a live sweep of the radar not showing any rainfall around. I know a lot of people along the rivers are really concerned if we get any more rainfall because the flooding that's taking place there right now. Well, with this dry air in place right near Irma, or at least the remnant low of Irma, it continues to keep things relatively quiet here. Could have been a lot worse had there been a plume of moisture kind of trailing behind it and drawing it right into it, but right now that is not going to happen. And it looks like Irma is no longer a tropical depression at this point. 76 degrees, dew point is at 74. The humidity now at 94%. Winds out of the northeast, very light at 3. We could use a little breeze, especially if you don't have any air conditioning. You know, that breeze is always nice. The pressure now at standard 29.92 inches, and that continues to rise. The high today, 86 and 10 degrees cooler to start the morning off. 94, the record set back in 1988. No, just 1/100th of an inch of rainfall fell at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. The monthly total now 7.89 inches. We had a record month of August rainfall, and now we're well above average for this month at 4.29 inches, and we're 15 inches plus in our rain. You think about it, when we started off January, February, March, we were at a deficit, an extreme deficit, and now we're well above that, so a little unusual. The wind flow will be very light throughout the overnight hours, and then we will see it pick up just a little bit in the afternoon, so no problems with our wind. We'll see a little west coast sea breeze developing in the afternoon on in through Wednesday. Temperatures in the 70s, although 84 now in Miami, Key West not reporting because the weather station inoperable due to the strong winds that moved on through. Gulf water temperature now 83, mid-70s now along the coast, and the forecast tomorrow looks like this. Right around 86 degrees with mostly sunny skies and maybe a few more clouds around, but not many. And temperatures around the U.S. Pretty warm out west, 102 in Phoenix and 66 in Toronto, 71 in the nation's capital. Well, the forecast checks out like this for boaters tomorrow. Winds will be out of the southeast, turning to the south at 10 knots, and we'll have a light chop on the bays and inland waters. Water temperature 83, UV index at a 10, and beach should be a nice beach day. 86 for beach temperature and 88 inland areas. 40% chance for showers and storms to return on Thursday. Friday, a better chance, and the weekend looking pretty good with just a slight chance for late day storms. Alan?
Thanks, Bob. A serious warning tonight for anyone who lives near the Myakka River in Venice. City officials say residents who live near the river can expect to see a potential of 2 to 3 feet of additional flooding through Wednesday night. Just a few weeks ago, that same river crested and some area homes were flooded. Homeowners are being asked to take precautions now. Flooding is also a major concern for parts of Northport. The city has opened up a shelter at the Mullen Center for residents who can't get home. At least 2 cars were flooded today. A firefighter was forced to get into the water to get a car out. To avoid that from happening, first responders have been going door to door in everything from airboats to large fire trucks to help get residents out.
I would say if you're going to come out here during the day, definitely wait for a vehicle to go through before you. If you have a smaller vehicle, you definitely want to wait, and definitely at night, you don't want to chance it.
A voluntary evacuation has been ordered for Northport. Residents can take advantage of a nearby shelter until the waters recede. A silver alert has been issued for a Sarasota County couple who fled Hurricane Irma. 89-year-old Milan Yezik and 86-year-old Lucille Yezik were last seen on Saturday at a gas station in Ocala near I-75. They were headed to Pennsylvania to evacuate during the storm. They have not yet returned to their home in Venice. Neither have cell phones, and both suffer from dementia. They are driving a 2004 beige Mercury Grand Marquis. Anyone who comes in contact with the Yeziks are urged to call 911 immediately. Sports is next, but first, here is Jimmy Kimmel.
We made a new show tonight, and here's proof. The iPhone 10 comes with everything the iPhone has, but it also includes an amazing new feature that takes $300 more out of your checking account.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
40 Carats Family Center presents a free speaker event, The Whole Brain Child, featuring world-renowned neuropsychiatrist and author Dr. Dan Siegel at Riverview High School Auditorium on Tuesday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. RSVP required at 40carats.org.
Now, sports.
Tim Tebow, the former Gators quarterback and current New York Mets minor leaguer, is doing his part with Hurricane Irma relief. After visiting a special needs shelter with Governor Rick Scott on Monday night in Jacksonville, the two today thanked volunteers and workers at State Emergency Operations Center in Tallahassee. Tebow stopped by evacuation shelters and worked with the governor to rally people to volunteer at shelters and relief efforts before Irma hit.
So many people still have hope, and that's something that is so awesome about our state is, you know, all the shelters that I've been to, there have been a lot of people that have had a lot of worry, a lot of doubt, and a little afraid of the unknown. What's going to happen when I get back to my home? What's going to happen, you know, with my family? How am I going to connect? But the one thing that they had is they had someone that was beside them.
Scott says people staying and working in hurricane evacuation shelters have appreciated Tebow's appearances and efforts. Tebow, who is also a college football analyst for ESPN, has a charity which helps children in need. The Tampa Bay Lightning and Florida Panthers, along with the NHL and the NHL Players Association, are donating $2.7 million to Hurricane Irma relief efforts. The Buccaneers have separately pledged another $1 million to relief efforts. The money will be directed to those affected in Florida by the storm. The teams will also ask fans to donate at their preseason games later this month. The Panthers started grassroots relief efforts Tuesday, delivering ice and water to South Florida residents in need. And the Panthers Arena in Sunrise has also been the staging headquarters for power restoration crews and first responders. And I know this doesn't sound right, but our Tampa Bay Rays were at home tonight against the New York Yankees in New York. The Mets have turned over Citi Field in Queens to the Rays this week and chalk one up for the home team. The Rays beat the Yankees 2-1 tonight. And that's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Windows.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help. Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you. Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Bobby, you know what I noticed before the storm? Our ground is so saturated. I was trying to stake things into the ground to secure them, and just the water was bubbling up.
Yeah, it's not too secure. It just kind of slips in there because it's so wet and moist. We are looking at basically a good chance for showers and storms to come back later on in this work week.
All right, thanks, Bob, and good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.